This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories.
And welcome to my review of the Lego Mine of Moria set. I'd like to once again apologize for me not making really videos this week. I've been pretty sick and my throat's been really bad for the last 2 days. My voice has been kind of on and off, so I didn't really want to record anything. But let's go into this Lego set, which was actually my first Lord of the Rings set. And this set is a really cool set. It has a bunch of figures, so let's take a look at them. The first one is Legolas. And Legolas looks really nice. He has the hairpiece, which doesn't fully fit him, but still does look nice, and for some reason it's stuck on his head. He has a frown on one side and a more angry expression on the other side. Yeah, the head printing is a lot better than the one that came in the newer version. But besides that, the newer version is a greater improvement over this figure, which I did talk about in a different video. But yeah, it's a cool figure. The next figure is Pippin, and until this year's Rivendell set, he was exclusive to this set. Pippin looks really nice with his cape. He has a sweet but more of a nervous expression. Yeah, looks pretty cool. There's a little bit of dirt on him, but I just managed to knock it off. So glad that wasn't a mark. And yeah, looks pretty cool. The next figure is Gimli, and it makes sense for at least Gimli and Pippin to be in the set, since Pippin does do some attacks on the troll. And this is Moria, a dwarven city, or Khazad-dûm, but now known as Moria. And he does have different head prints. You can't really see the face, but you can see the difference in the eyebrow expression. He has his axe, which is a pretty simple build, and a really cool printed helmet and molded beard for him. Next we have Boromir, who, again, was exclusive to this set until the Rivendell set released earlier this year, and he looks really cool, and there wasn't really many other sets for him to appear in, since most of the Fellowship of the Ring sets were set before Boromir appeared, so this was really the only other one he could appear in, since he dies at the end of Fellowship. The other sets that were set around Fellowship of the Ring were not really involving Boromir at all. So yeah, it made sense for him to be here because this was the only set the figure could have appeared in. He has frown on one side, more angry expression on the other side. Nice printing, brown cloak. Pretty simple back printing, but also has this really cool shield piece, which looks really nice. I think it was used for both him and the Taskmaster minifigure. But yeah, it's a really cool little Boromir figure. It has a nice addition to the collection. Sorry about the jump cut there. I actually just had to answer a call. So there's two Moria orcs. They're exact same printing, just have different weapons. So I'll show off the two different sides of the head. One of them is this little more creepy smile. He has this really cool shield, which is exclusive to Lord of the Rings, and this orc sword, which I think was used in other stuff, but looks really cool. And this one, a little different type of smile, but has this mace, and yeah, the printing looks cool. The head designs are pretty unique and make them look creepy. Final of the normal figures is the cave troll. There are two skeletons, but I'll show those in the build since they belong in there. And cave troll is one of the first big figs, I think. It has this really cool giant I can't think of his name. It's like a mace or something. It has a chain on its head to have it secured, and has full motion of the arms, and has a little loading hole dropping down. You can see a little bit of the printing and fade off, and yeah, it's a really cool figure, and one of two big figs in the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit line. The other one is the Goblin King, who I have looked at recently in his set. Yeah, it's a really cool figure to have. I'm going to place him and all the other minifigures to the side, just so I could take a look at the full build of Moria. And the first thing is these really cool pieces that I think came in this and a few other sets. I'm not sure if it was just this set, but I did have to get some of these pieces back because I didn't have all of them. There's this little axe, and although I was in the set, I keep this to store all the pieces. There's this really cool little bow. This hook, not really sure what it's supposed to be. This really cool blade. This scepter. And finally, these two knives, which are different enough from the original, all the typical knives that come in other sets. They were all put in one of those plastic bags that come in certain sets. Next up is Balin's Tomb, and here it's written Balin, son of Fundin or Fundi, I don't remember the pronunciation off the top of my head, Lord of Moria. And if you want, you could take the cave troll, it's supposed to hit down on this, and it launches out the skeleton. There's the wavy arm, so you could like wiggle it around and bounce it around a bunch. Pretty simple on the inside. You can't actually fit, a normal minifigure inside of it, but it still looks cool. And yeah, it's an interesting figure. If you just take a look at it, I'll grab this Han Solo I have to the side, and you kind of fit him in. Doesn't fully close. It is meant to have it, and if you wanted to actually fit the Balin minifigure in there, his beard is really large, so it's not going to really fit unless you take this off and don't have the exploding feature in it. But for it, this does happen in the movie, and it looks nice, and if you want to make it a normal tomb, you could change things around. The next is this little well which Pippin drops the skeleton into, and if you pull this, you can have the skeleton fall down to represent the scene, and it includes this nice little bucket on a chain. Since that is there on the skeleton, it falls in, and you keep it in there to recreate that scene. Placing these to the side, I can now take a look at the doors, and this does have something written in Dwarvish. I am not sure what it says, but there's this little axe to block the door, so the trolls can eventually break in and it slides out. It can open up, and it does have the ability for you to blow part of the wall off from when the cave troll is swinging around and breaks parts off the room. And it looks really cool. Placing it back on. Doors pretty easily close. This is what they look like without the axe in them. And if you take a look around, there's this cool thing where there's eyes peering in, a spear on this side, and the doors are pretty simple from the back. As I said, it does have a little detail on the back, but I think it looks like from the closed back side. This side has some arrows stuck in the wall. Yeah, if you just take it, you can once again close the doors and open them, and some nice little details. But now to take a look at the main part, which is the base of Moria. And there's this skeleton head over here. It does have a little bit of a faded print, so I can have it put to the side so you can't see it as well, but if you do want to see, part in the middle did fade out, so I had to put that over there. There's 2 torches, this chest which you can push and open up to reveal some golden gems. You can close it up and push it back in. There's a pickaxe kept to the side, a diamond. There's 2 books, one of them being empty, and the other one which slid to the side is the Book of Mars the Bull, which is the book that's left with the writings in it. Some nice stickers make it look even cooler. Placing it to the side, we have this axe, which is kind of left to the side. This is likely to represent Durin's axe, which is found in the books. And the pickaxe just lays here. There's some details back here with books that have arrows in them to show some kind of battle damage around. Some diamonds just laying around the set, which is supposed to kind of like randomly place in there. And these pillars can fall off. I think meant to be either hit by the troll or by the heroes pushing it down onto them. It works on both sides. And this is what it looks like if you take them off. Although it looks a lot better with the pillars on. After placing them on, you can just take a look at just all the details of the set. Looks really nice from the front side. I'll give a quick view of the back side. There's these nice little stone details as you look around it. And going to the back side, pretty simple design. You're able to push this forward and backwards to move the chest. And you're able to push on this to try and knock them forward. I'm going to push this just over the edge so I could... That's why the piece isn't also secured on all the way. Yeah, it looks nice overall. I think that might have been a wrong color piece that came with it. I'll have to check that specifically. I just noticed those 2 colors didn't match. But yeah, honestly, this is a really nice set. It includes a lot of cool little details, and it's always something I'd recommend to get. I think you can probably get the set. I think it is a little more expensive since it does include a few figures exclusive to the original wave and the cave troll, but you could still get, I think, the set without any of the figures in it for, I think, like around $100, which I think is what I did, because I did originally own the set. I lost a lot of the pieces, did still have a lot of like some of the figures and other stuff, but I did have to re-get it, and I think that's why the back pieces were mismatched in color. So I'll have to check which one is the correct color for that, but I do want to know what you think. Please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next episode of Legends and Theories.
Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.